Munkenborough is in a manual chair, so his sports assistant will be able to help him to move his chair. He can't move it to anywhere that he thinks is right. He has to take instruction from the player. Whereas C.Allerdice from Australia, in a power chair, can move his own chair. But he does have a sports assistant to bring the ball to him. Now, Munkenborough from Mongolia has chosen to play red in a coin toss in the call room. That means he plays with the red balls and plays the first ball. And Jack there at around about 5 metres.
And that's sort of in the middle of the court, isn't it? And he's gone slightly to his side.
Yes.
And that would be very deliberate, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
Phil?
it gives him a slight advantage in that it's a little bit further away from his opponent than it is from him. So he has a little bit more control over the end, is the thought here. If you win the toss, usually you would prefer to play red because it means if you win, you get the first points on the board.
And he would be hoping, for the people who haven't watched this game, the simple aim is to get your own ball as close as possible and make sure your opponent doesn't get any balls close.
That's exactly right. You can see there he's overshot the Jack just a little bit. We'll see now what C.Allerdice can do. Maybe Christopher now can hold the Jack because the Jack is open.
And he's using a different technique there, an overarm.
Yes, yeah, you can throw overarm or underarm. And once again, Christopher has overshot the Jack there. You can see him adjusting his chair. He's going out onto the court now to have a look, just to get some idea of how far away his ball is and how far away his opponent's ball is, and look for a line that would work for him to take that Jack away.
And does he get the next throw, or is it an alternating?
Yes, he's the furthest away from the Jack at the moment, so he would get to play the next ball. I'm pleased you're asking all these questions, Catherine.
Yeah, it's a good way for me to learn, and for anyone else who's watching, to learn the rules and understand why.
Overshot the Jack again, but this is the first end is always a little bit about feeling things out, getting a feel for the roll of the ball, getting a feel for the aim. It's a little bit of a settling down period as well.
And how many balls in total does each player get to
Each
throw?
player gets 6 balls.
6,
yep.
So there's a long way to go in this competition.
And it's still the first end. Yes, Christopher's tightened up his throw there, landed the ball a little closer. So the ball now probably maybe about 10 or 15 centimetres to the side of the Jack. Still leaves it open for Munkenborough. Let's see how he goes.
And he goes next because he's now further away.
Exactly, yep, that's right.
It's an interesting idea because it means that if you're further away, you actually get to use up your balls first.
Yeah,
Gives almost an advantage to the other one who's holding that position.
Yes.
So it emphasises the importance of holding the position.
Exactly right.
Look at that.
The referee's having a good look at it.
And how do they determine, Phil?
A good referee will be able to tell at that distance. They do have equipment, measuring equipment, calipers, tapes, and sometimes even feeler gauges to see whether one ball is closer than the other.
And so that's still sitting with the Australian, according to his ruling, yep.
Mm-hmm.
The blue ball.
Now I think that might,
ball,
yes. So Munkenborough now is closer than the Australian blue ball.
And so the signal from the referee there is blue, which is a next to shoot,
yes,
isn't it? Which is then interpreted as telling you which ball is closer. That one tricked me for a long time. I thought he was saying which ball was closer.
Yeah, no,
it's the next to throw.
Yeah, the player actually can't do anything as far as throwing, preparing the ball or whatever, until they see the referee give them their bat, and then their time clock starts, and it's their throw. Now Christopher now could push his blue ball on the side up a little and sideways. No, that's unfortunate.
Maybe backfired.
Yep. So the red ball now is probably where Munganburra would have wanted it to be on his first throw, right hard up against the jack. Now the blue player, Christopher, has already got 4 balls on the court. That means he's got 2 left. He has to make a decision now as to whether he lets the red player take that 1 ball for 1 point and blocks him from getting any further score, or tries to get closer than that red ball, which is a pretty hard ask at the moment. Yep, it looks like he's going to shut the head down.
Because it's a bit risky too. If you went the big smash, there's the potential to push the jack out as well, isn't it?
There
where
is.
It's located.
Yep, that's right. I think that's a very wise decision at this part of the game. Last ball for Christopher Allerdice from Australia, playing with the blue balls. Yep. Now that's going to be fairly hard for Munganburra from Mongolia to get into, but there are still plenty of opportunities.
He's potentially holding 1 point.
Yes, and he's asked to come out on the court. He doesn't have to ask, actually. He asked for somebody to come and help him to have a look and make his decision based on what he sees. We'll find out now. He does have the option not to throw any more balls at all, but he does have 3 balls left. Maybe there's a way that he can get further ahead.
He could potentially sneak one up the outside.
He could do a draw shot down the side. That would be the most open spot at the moment. Even to put a looser ball down the side and then use that to either be a cushion or to ricochet off to get onto the jack. Let's see what he's thinking. Yep.
He's done a good job there.
Yep, he might be thinking there, if he can push that down just a little bit closer to the jack, he might come out of this with 2 points maybe. He's already pretty much locked in 1 point. You can see the ball there just behind the white ball that we can see is the ball he needs to push closer to the white ball.
The potential risk is messing it up, isn't it?
I don't think he can really lose that 1 point at this stage. It would have to be something totally unforeseen. Still got 1 ball left. If he can promote that ball. Yes, he was asking his sports assistant just to realign his chair there.
And he can jump the ball over as well, can't he?
He can.
I sort of had a sense that's what he might have been trying with that previous shot, because it sort of bounced quite hard.
Yeah, it would depend on which ball he has left.
Are there different types of balls?
Yeah, these balls all do look the same, and in fact they're the same size and the same weight, but they have different levels of hardness. And some balls you use to place on the court at a certain spot, like in front of the jack, or to block the head up. And some balls you use to push things around on the court, or, as you said, Catherine, to roll up over another ball. Let's see what he decides to do.
I wonder what he was trying there, to push his own balls up closer.
I think he might have been.
Yes.
Yeah.
1 for red.
1 for red.
So that's the end of the first end.
Yep.
With a point to Mongolia, and they have a minute. I heard the referee call.
Yep. 1 minute to pick up their balls, and the coaches have a chance to chat with their opponents, as you can see there with the Australian player.
And they don't swap sides, but it will be Chris's turn now.
Yes.
To put out.
Play the jack to what we see as our left-hand side of the court here. His personal coach and the Australian head coach in conference here with him at the moment.
And how many ends will they play?
4 ends, unless it ends in a tie, in which you have a 5th tie-break end, and the jack is played from that square the cross in the middle of that square in the middle of the court.
And each end, 4 minutes 30 for the athletes?
For these athletes, I think it might be 5 minutes. 4 minutes 30, that's right, yeah.
But the clock doesn't start at the beginning, it's only when it's their turn?
Yeah, when they get the bat, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, they changed
the
all.
bat, is that the expression?
The bat, yeah. Because it looks like a ping pong ball. Ping pong bat. Table tennis bat, yeah.
Okay, let's see where Chris, ranked 72 in the world, can put this.
Yeah, there we go.
Quite a short but sharp angle.
Yes, that probably gives him a little bit more control over the end than if it was a longer jack.
These competitions are very important for the developing athletes because it gives them an opportunity to win points and move them up that ranking list so that they can get into higher level events and in turn move up.
Exactly, and that's the role of the Challenger event. Okay, Chris's jack just to our left of Chris's ball. I'm sorry, just to the left of the jack, as we see it. Still open for Mongolia to play onto the jack.
And Chris rolled back. Did he have to roll back? Or it seems a kind thing to do.
Yeah, it's a courtesy. I think you are required not to impede your opposition, but the general rule is if your opposition is playing, you go to the back of the box. It's a very gentle, personally sport.
Yes. Nice line, but not quite enough oomph.
Getting a bit of a feel for the line there. I think this is possibly Munkunbari, his first major competition. Oh, and that is just a perfect
lovely
ball.
Almost went wrong though. Almost pushed the jack onto the blue ball.
Yep.
But not. So beautifully executed.
The referee having a look now. Even if it's not closer, it is going to be a problem now for Christopher to get onto the jack, the Australian player. He could come down onto that blue ball and use it as a cushion. But we'll see now what the referee says. You can see there,
measuring that very carefully.
using the calipers, measuring from the closest point on each ball. You don't measure from the bottom or the top, from the closest point. The decision is red ball to play.
So that the blue is closer?
The blue is closer, yep.
Ah, so Chris still holds the shot?
Yes, but Munkunbari now has the chance to knock Chris's ball away.
Red hot go at doing that then.
Yep. Or promoting his own ball up onto the jack.
And there he's done
Yep.
it. Exactly as you predicted, Phil. He now has moved himself into holding quite a number of positions there.
And that's Australia's shot now. Coming out to have a look at the head. It's surprising how different the head looks when you come out to look at it than the way it looks when you're sitting down at the end of the court. Distances shorten or lengthen depending on the angle you're looking at, and very wise decision if you've got time on the clock to come out and have a good look. Australia with just under 3.5 minutes left on the clock.
And 5 balls.
Yeah.
Oh. He's got nice and close there.
Yep.
What's the referee called? He's called that it's still with red?
Still with red, yes. Still blue to play. But he's building some structure there that he can use to get closer into the jack. That one unfortunately going out of court. still Australia to play.
And again, he's calling for a very specific ball.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
What type of ball do you think it would be?
I'd be using a medium ball or so. It's hard for me to say because I play in a different classification, but yeah, that's just...
Close.
What he might be doing there is sort of preempting that the Mongolian player might want to push that jack closer, and if he puts that ball closer, if he puts a ball in front of the red ball, it's going to make it very hard for the player from Mongolia to move that any further.
Yes, I can see that. It's very like chess, isn't it, where you're thinking 1, 2, 3, 4 moves ahead.
Very much like chess, yeah. Yeah. And you've got to think, how is your opponent going to respond to this? What do I do if he responds this way, if he responds that way?
Last ball for Christopher.
Rightio.
Didn't quite do what he wanted, I suspect.
Yep, so now...
2 balls remaining for
Mungden Bari from
Mongolia.
He has the opportunity now to get his remaining 2 balls closer than the closest blue ball and get himself more points.
And we can't say with any authority how many points he's holding, but he's looking at only 1 really at the moment, probably. Yeah,
and he would really probably like to get at least 2 at this stage and really establish a lead at the halfway point of the match. Trying for that that shot down to the side of the jack there, the draw shot. Just overcooked it just a little bit, but he knows now that he has to just rein that in a little bit. Still plenty of time on the clock. Yes, and he might have done that there.
He also bumped the blue ball forward.
Yeah, I think we'll have to see what the referee thinks. Coming out to have a look at the jack. If you're querying the referee's decision, you can come out and have a look for yourself. Ask for the referee to measure it again for you. But it looks like, having come up and had a look at it, he agrees with it. 1 for red.
1 for red.
So a 2-0 lead at the halfway mark.
Yep. 2-0 lead for Mongolia.
1 minute.
Not insurmountable by any stretch.
No, anyone can win from this point.
I mean, the maximum you can win in one end is 4, isn't it? If you had your 4 balls closer.
Oh, you could win
6,
6.
sorry. Yes,
Yep.
6.
Yep.
So, yes. The athletes rehydrating.
Yep.
Very important. I learned about how hydration affects vision. Hydration is immensely important to vision. So for these athletes, where vision is a key part of what they're doing and their performance, essential that they maintain hydration to optimise vision.
Yes, and I think probably muscle control too, Catherine.
Yeah, there's a hand massage going on there.
Yes, that's right.
The BC1 classification is one of 4 international classifications,
That's right.
I believe.
Yep.
Yes, and in many of the other Paralympic sports, the lower the number, the greater the disability. That's not the case in boccia, is
No,
it exactly?
it's more the strength for throwing the ball or rolling the ball, how well you can release the ball, are all the things that the classifiers take into consideration.
And again, Mungden has gone very much to his side.
Yep.
Obviously the position of choice.
But he's played that jack a little bit shorter, which is interesting. He's about 2 metres shorter than he played the previous one, so maybe this will give him a bit more of an opportunity. He's overthrown a little bit there.
Obviously, the further you put it out, the more strength and control is needed to put it out. What are some of the things you might need to have a good shot on a very close in ball?
You would go for a softer ball if you've got one. That would certainly give you more control over it. You would maybe roll up to the back of your box and play from the back of the box rather than the front, which would give you, say, 1.5 metres less distance on the court. And of course you could just aim to land the ball a little shorter and allow it to roll up.
Because I can see these balls are rolling quite freely.
Yep.
That's clearly the surface and the ball.
Yeah, these balls are all reasonably hard, I think, because I thought that was going to work, but it's close. And Christopher from Australia, Christopher Allerdice, holding shot at the moment. M.Togootogtokh from Mongolia taking the shot now, and the jack's still open for him.
When you say the jack's open, that means there's lots of space around it. There are options.
That he can get a ball in front, touching the jack, and hopefully completely blocking the Australian player's access to the jack would be the perfect shot. Yep.
That's
and
exactly
that's
what
good. Yep.
Tried to do there.
Maybe one more roll of the ball would have moved it up closer to the jack, but Australian player coming out to have a look just to see how far in front of the jack that ball is. Maybe if he plays from the left-hand side of the box a little more as we see it here, he might be able to get down the side of the red ball and onto the white ball.
Nice shot. Has
nice line.
Done enough?
Yeah, if it pulled up a little closer, it would have been good.
No, it's still sitting with the red.
Yep.
M.Togootogtokh from Mongolia.
And the Australian player has moved his chair inside the box.
If he could just move that jack forward, he's in a nice position with the 3 balls sitting there.
Yeah, that would be a great shot if you could move the jack back into where those 3 balls are, as you say, Catherine. You don't have to play the jack where it lies. You can move the jack to where your balls are.
And the balls are the players' personal balls, aren't they? They're obviously checked thoroughly in the call room to comply with rules, but you have your own set of red and your own set of blue, I would imagine, at this international level.
In fact, many players have 2 or 3 sets, and they'll interchange the balls when they know who they're playing and what the conditions are.
It's very, very precise. So they're not the simple little bean balls that you pick up in the toy shop by any stretch of the imagination.
When you get a good set of balls, you try to keep them for as long as you can. The ones I'm using at the moment I've had for about 5 years, and they're still working for me.
He went hard to try and push it forward.
I think probably what he's done is used his softer balls first, and now we're getting into the balls that are probably least effective at this level. He's probably only got hard balls left at this stage.
Wouldn't the hard ball be the one to push it forward?
It would, but I think he doesn't have a clean line onto the jack to do that. I think he's trying to draw down the side, and all the balls seem to be going past. Last ball. Yep. And that's a valuable ball. That's going to possibly stop the Mongolian player from scoring many more points, although he does have the option now to come down our right-hand side of his red ball and get closer to the jack.
And there we can see him choosing which ball by feeling which ball he wants for a particular action.
Yep. Yeah, some people have the balls numbered and they can just call out the number. And some people...
Ooh, that's an
yes,
interesting...
It is interesting.
So if... It has to be Mongolia to throw next because Christopher's had all of his 6 throws.
Yep.
Is it possible that the blue ball is holding? How would we know that?
The player could ask the referee.
Okay.
Right, he's
fixed it up now.
He's fixed it up now, yeah.
No.
That was an excellent knockaway ball. That was exactly the ball that he needed. It's like he's asking the referee for a measure. He'd want to know whether, there's a blue ball just to the side of the head there that could be closer than the closest red ball. Will he try and move that one now to give himself 4? Yes, he was trying to move that one. Maybe he can still do it.
1 to go.
1 to go. Well, he's got that in the scoring circle, I think. The referee's going to measure, and he's invited both players to come up onto the court to watch what he's doing.
Getting that spirit you were talking about earlier, Phil, of courtesy and respect for your fellow players. The referee is really showing that to the players, isn't he, here?
Exactly. Mutual respect, I think, is one of the great things that we learn when we play boccia, as well as all the skills that you need. But it's a very competitive sport, but it's not an aggressive sport as such. The
referee will make his call.
Yeah, once they get back into their boxes.
4 for red, and the finish. 4 for red.
4 for red. Excellent end from Mongolian player.
And one end to go.
One end to go.
What would be the tactics, do you think, for Christopher here?
Well, if Chris, the Australian player, looks at the scoreboard and sees 6 to Mongolia and none to him, he's only got 6 balls in the last end, even though it's his turn to throw the jack. He really has to land all of his balls perfectly in this last end.
And he'd be wanting to place the jack in the absolute best position for himself.
Yep, and get his first ball absolutely touching and in front of the jack. Having a bit of a talk with his personal coach.
And these are the qualification rounds that will determine who go through to semi-finals.
Yes, these are the heats. Yeah. In the BC1 male.
Jack.
The Australian player going for a fairly radical shot there, just playing the ball out straight in front of him. This is obviously something that he's been working on with his coach. A lot of emphasis in boccia sometimes on playing as long as you can, as deep into the court as you can. Christopher.
And now that very much is, as you said, sitting to block.
Yep, and slightly to our right, which is where the Mongolian player would be wanting to be able to knock the ball away. It doesn't give him much sight of the jack at all. So Australia could still come back here if he wins all 6 points that are available to him. Then we go to a tie break. This would need to be a knockaway shot for Mongolia. And he's done it.
Yes. And that was one of the risks, wasn't it, having the ball in so close to the players.
Yeah. So
Who still holds it?
yes, that's right. But it is now open for Mugamere to put a soft ball in front of, which would then mean that the Australian player, C.Allerdice, has to then do what that's just been done there, where he has to knock the ball away. Oh, good shot. Lovely shot. So we're going to see a power shot now from Australia to dislodge that red ball, I would think. Or maybe knock the white ball, the jack, back so that the blue ball behind the jack comes into play. We'll see what's going through C.Allerdice's mind as he comes up to have a look.
We're playing on the new Gerfloor
Yes.
special flooring, which is state of the art, I believe. for
Very
Boccia.
special, yep. We're used to playing on basketball courts, mostly here in Australia, so this is really good for these
And
players.
what would sort of be the difference between a basketball court and...
Well, no one's jumped up and down on them for a start. Chris doing a nice draw shot.
Fighting
down
back
the side.
strongly there, the Australian.
The Mongolian player still holding though. Wonder what C.Allerdice's thoughts are here.
And he can't afford to throw away a ball by trying to do that big knock it out of the way shot.
No, that's right. He really needs to be very, very accurate with this.
Do the total number of points impact who goes forward into the next rounds, or is it who won the match?
It'll be who won the match unless that's equal, and then it will come back to who won in a game between the two players that are equal. And if that doesn't decide, then we go against points for and against for it. I understand that anyway. I'm not a technical delegate, but I think that's the way it's done. What's C.Allerdice going to do here now? He's in a bit of an awkward situation now with that red ball.
It's beautifully
Touching
placed, the
the
red
jack.
ball, isn't
Yep.
it? And the M.Togootogtokh has 4 still to play.
And there's not really a lot of point C.Allerdice blocking at this stage because it's the last end and it's basically a win or lose situation. Still 2 balls to go. Yeah, looks like he is just going to shut the head down a little bit. The one shot that could save him would maybe be a lob shot if he came over the top of the red ball, hit the white ball and pushed it back, so all those blue balls behind would be scoring balls, but that's a do or die sort of shot, I think.
I think we're at do or die here on
I
the
think
last ball.
I think we are. Yeah.
So he pushed his ball forward there, but it's still probably sitting with M.Togootogtokh. So it's how many points can he score here to go ahead?
Yeah.
Or can he make a mistake, which is always possible.
Although he's 6 up, so he could maybe look at removing that blue ball that's just to the left as we look at it there of the jack, and he could score more down that side of the head if he wanted to go that way, or he could just decide not to play any
Yeah,
more
that's an
balls.
option, isn't it? He could
Yep.
just take the win at 6-0.
But if the red ball is touching the white ball, then any other scoring ball has to at least also touch the white ball to be closer.
I think the Mongolians, I heard, had a bit of a hell trip to Australia.
Did they?
Yeah, long trip.
I must admit, we are quite a long way from most other places in the world.
And I don't think there's any direct flights.
No, there wouldn't be. Going for the lob shot there, yeah.
So he was trying to jump it over?
Yeah,
Is that
I
right?
think that was the plan, and now he's got plenty of room behind the jack where he could come away with more points. Coming out to have a look.
That was a little bit risky, wasn't it? Because if it wasn't quite lined up, it might have pushed that jack onto the blue.
Yep, that's right.
But he took the chance.
Yep, and he's got the opportunity to play those risky shots. It's not much different losing a game 6-1 than 7-0. Now, be looking to come down
1 minute.
the side of the head and see what he can do. Yeah. Starting to, again, build a little bit of structure down that right-hand side of the head. A ball maybe that he can bounce off to come in onto the jack.
To bounce backward.
Sideways sort of thing, yep. He might have, made it a little bit awkward now. He's moved a blue ball slightly forward, but I think he can still do what he's trying to do. Leaning right over to get a good line on that red ball to the side that he's trying to push forward. That was
look
just
at that.
a gorgeous shot.
2 red.
Could we have another look at that, do you think? Just to
2 red.
see what a great ball that was. 2 to red,
Final
the
score.
final score. A little bit of trouble there with the scoreboard.
That was a magnificent shot.
It was. It just hit the ball to the side, rolled over.
A win to M.Togootokh from Mongolia.
8, and Christopher Allardice, unfortunately, not scoring in this game. Referee collecting the balls. The balls all have to be examined at the end of the game, as they were before the game, to make sure that there's been no interference with them or any structural problem with the balls.
And we will be back live with the next game. Might be some different commentators, but the next game due to start 11:30 a.m. Australian time, which is in about 15 minutes time, and that will be a BC2 event between Chi Hung Lee from Malaysia and Chi Hang Ng from Hong Kong.
Sounds like that'll be a great game. Looks like all the balls are in order. Now the athletes have to come forward and check the results on the screen to be sure that they're happy with the results. And do they approve? Looks like there is a little bit of a problem with the screen there. Well, we've got lots of good boccia coming up today, Catherine. This is only the start. Plenty of action happening. We've got 6 courts here, and on the court next to us, Australia versus Hong Kong, I think, or Japan.
And World Boccia would have the results for all the matches, wouldn't it?
It would. They'll be up shortly on the World Boccia website in results. But there'll be plenty here happening on the live feed during the day as well. You've got, as Catherine said, got about 15 minutes to go and get a cup of tea and a sandwich or something and get back in front of the screen.
6 matches on Court 1 today. We'll be covering all the action on Court 1.
Yep, so don't go too far away. I'm Phil Bates on behalf of myself and Catherine Periak. Thanks for enjoying the boccia. Please do come back for the next game. Bye for now.